So what did we really get out of the Sustainable Aviation meeting? The message that I'm left with is that there are solutions. There is the possibility to make the biofuels that are necessary. There's still some questions about how much you can actually get a hold of and how much can actually be made, but it is possible to use biofuels. There are also companies on the other side that at least say they want to have these biofuels, and they're looking for a supply of these fuels. We've seen test flights that show it really is possible. So why isn't it happening? We have a potential market and we have a potential supply. You'd think it would happen on its own. It's not happening. Why is it not happening? Well, I think it's not happening because we don't perceive a burning platform. We don't really have the feeling that this is something that we have to do. But we do have a burning platform. And that burning platform is that for the first time in the history of our species on this planet, the human demand for the resources and Earth's resources and Earth's services that we are dependent upon is beginning to exceed the supply of those resources and services. And what that means, and we know that over the last 60 years, human demand for water, for land, for fossil fuels, for metals, everything has just grown exponentially. And we can see the effect, we can see the diminishing of resources. And this reminds us that there is a limit. What this means is that in the future we will have an entirely different business model. Indeed, the well-known economist from England, Lord Nicholas Stern, stated a couple of years ago, business as usual is dead. That means that the business case, the business model is moving from being a labor-limited economy to being a resource-limited economy. And if aviation wants to continue as a global industry in the future, it's essential that aviation also prepares itself for this new agenda where it's resource limitation which really will be controlling the economic market. So, we have a burning platform, we don't have a business case. How are we going to get enough biofuels to meet the potential demand that's coming from aviation? Well, I think you have to realize there seems right now to be an assumption that biomass is an unlimited resource and it'll be there if we want it. But science is telling us this is not the case. Biomass is also a limited resource. And that means that we're going to have to prioritize in our society what we will use it for. Now, I think you have a really good case in aviation to get a hold of a large part of it, because as far as I can see, you really don't have many alternatives. But you do have a challenge in bringing this case forward, because you are a global industry, and there really isn't a global governance and a set of global politicians that you can lobby. And that means you have to be really very strategic in the way you go about trying to make your case. I think it's important that you identify who your friends are, your allies in this, also who your competitors are in this, and work very strategically to focus on getting the resource that will make it possible for you as an industry to be able to move to the new economic paradigm of the future, which is resource limited. And I wish you all luck. I really do believe it's possible to be sustainable in the future.